Hi viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's class, we're going to discuss inequality. We're going to talk about inequality, and in today's class, I'm going to start with the introduction to inequality. So when we're talking about inequality, inequality is a mathematical statement that compares two or more expressions. Inequality also means lack of fairness or equality. So inequality statements resemble the usual equation that you know, except that the equality sign is replaced by one of the following equality I'm about to show you now. We have the greater than, the less than, the greater than or equal to, we have the less than or equal to, and we have not equal to. So let's discuss the difference between inequality and equation. What is the difference between inequality and equation? So equation gives definite answer. For instance, if you are asked to look for x, after solving for x, you are going to add your answer to the 9, which is definite. But for inequality, inequality gives indefinite answer and it also gives a number range for your answer. Example, we can have x is less than or equals to 9. X is less than or equal to 9. That is, your answer range from 9 downward. And this is indefinite because the answer has more than one answer. Now let's discuss the rules for solving an inequality. What are the rules we need to follow when we are solving for a value in inequality? The first rule says that the same number may be added or subtracted from both sides of an inequality without changing the inequality sign. For instance, if you have 10 greater than minus 2, this implies that when you add 1 to both sides, that is 1 plus 10 greater than minus 2 plus 1, we can have 11 to be greater than minus 2. Your sign of inequality still remains the same. We can also have another example. If you are given 4 less than or equal to 3, this implies that if we subtract minus 2 from both sides, that is 4 minus 2 less than or equals to 3 minus 2, we're going to be having 2 less than or equals to 1, of which your inequality sign still remains the same. Rule 2 says that the sign of inequality is unchanged if we multiply or divide both sides by a positive number. The inequality sign will not change if we multiply both sides or divide both sides by a positive number. For instance, if we are given 4 greater than 3, this implies that if we multiply both sides, the left and the right hand side by 2, we are going to be having 8 to be greater than 6, of which your inequality sign still remains the same. Or if you are given another example that says 4 is less than 8, this implies that if we divide both sides by 2, that is 4 divided by 2, less than 8 divided by 2, we're going to be having 2 to be less than 4. Your sign still remains unchanged. Rule 3. Rule 3 says that the sign of inequality is reversed, that is, change, if we multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number. If you multiply both sides or you divide both sides by a negative number, there's going to be a change of the inequality sign. For instance, if your inequality sign is greater than before dividing or multiplying by a negative number, after multiplying or dividing by a negative number, your inequality sign was changed to what? Less than. If it was greater than before, after dividing and multiplying by a negative number, your greater than will change to what? Less than. If your inequality sign is less than before, immediately you divide or multiply both sides by a negative number, the less than or equal to sign must change to greater than or equal to sign. For instance, if we are given 7 greater than 3, this implies that if I multiply both sides by a negative number, that is minus 2 times 7 greater than minus 2 times 3, I'm going to be having minus 14 less than minus 6. My inequality sign has changed because I just multiply both sides by a negative number. Also note that when minus crosses the border of inequality sign, it's going to change to plus, and when plus crosses the border of inequality sign, it's going to change to minus. So let's start with the case 1 of the calculation on inequality. That is inequality with the letter on one side. Inequality with the letter on one side. So the first question says find the true set of 3x less than 12. Find the true set of 3x less than 12. Now to solve this, all we need to do is to look for the value of x. And to find the value of x, we have to divide both sides. We divide both sides by plus 3. We divide both sides by plus 3, so we have 3x divided by 3 less than 12 divided by 3. And if we divide both sides by 3, we're going to be having x to be less than 4. X to be less than 4. Hence, the true set of the above inequality is x less than 4. Now, let's consider the second example. The second example says that when 2x is less than 4 minus 9, what is the value of x? So to find the value of x, we say 2x less than 4 minus 9 is going to give us minus 5. So to find the value of x, we divide both sides by 2. The coefficient of x. Divide both sides by 2, which is the coefficient of x. So we have 2x over 2 less than minus 5 over 2. Therefore, your x is less than minus 5 over 2. So that will be our final answer. Now let's consider the third example. Now we are asked to find the value of x. Considering the value of x here, we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is negative. And what does the third rule say? The third rule says that when we are dividing the inequality sign with a negative number, the inequality sign must change. So let's apply the rule here. So we have 5x less than or equal to 30. So to find the value of x, we say divide both sides. Divide both sides by minus 5, which is coefficient of x. Both sides by minus 5. And we have minus 5x divided by minus 5. Our inequality sign change greater than or equal to 30 minus 5. So we have x to be greater than or equal to 5 can go in 30 many times minus 6. So my sign has changed. If you take note of this, we're having less than or equal to before, but immediately we divided our number by minus 5, we have our inequality sign changing to what greater than or equal to. So we're going to consider the case number 2 in our next class, which says that inequality with the same letter on both sides. So we're going to consider this case in our next class. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button to receive every new video I'm going to be dropping on my channel. See you in the next class. Bye.